welcome back to my channel. We are already in February and honestly it feels like January had just started. The year is still very fresh and those resolutions that y'all made before the ball dropped are probably still untouched, and I'm here to ask,
what are you doing?
Not too late to start those resolutions, whether it's to travel more, get a new job, brunch dates, or simply just getting healthy. Finding the motivation to jumpstart those resolutions can be a daunting task, but I'm here to help you if you're focusing on starting and creating your ideal fitness journey. Before we begin, if this is your first time on my channel, welcome. A little bit about myself. I started working out consistently in 2020 at the height of the pandemic, lost 75 pounds, became a personal trainer, had a few clients, and now I am currently sharing my talents on YouTube. I post fitness and meditation videos every week, so if you're interested in those two things, please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Without further rambling, let's get into the video. Starting a fitness journey can be confusing and slightly intimidating. It's a constant battle between figuring out what to eat, if fats are good or bad for you, if you should cut carbs out, how many days a week you should work out. It's a whole lot, but we're gonna break it all down. Today, I'm going to bring you guys 5 tips to help build consistency and accountability when it comes to your fitness journey. Grab a notebook, use the notes app on your phone, keep these tips in handy, rewind it if you have to. Keep these in handy if you're trying to lose weight, gain muscle, clean up your eating, whatever you're trying to do. The first step I took when starting my fitness journey was very simple, and it's finding your why. I talked about this before, but this is the time when you're figuring out the goals you're trying to achieve and solidifying the motivation behind the change. When I started working out, I didn't define my why until maybe a month into my journey. Maybe it was more like 2 months. I knew I wanted to lose weight, but I didn't know what my specific goal was at the time. So eventually I realized I wanted to not only lose weight, but to fix the outlook that I had on myself because how my body looked and how my body had changed over a course of a few months. I had moments when I felt confident in my body, but I couldn't tell if I was getting to the point where looking in the mirror was starting to become painful, and I didn't like that. So by starting the fitness journey, I was making a promise to myself to become healthy physically so I could feel healthier mentally. You may not know your why until later in the process, and that's okay. As long as you are constantly discovering what it is about you that you truly want for yourself, that is when you will come across your reasons for such a huge change. Let me also mention, when discovering who you want to become, make sure the reason is rooted through what you want, not what anyone else wants. Moving on to the next tip on the list, create realistic goals. When I started this journey, I had the expectations to have a small waist with a big ass. I never had an issue with how my legs and my arms look, only my stomach. Now when I look back at old photos of myself and I compare how I looked then versus how I look now after losing all the weight, I realized there is absolutely no way the expectations I had myself would have came out. Let me also say, don't expect curves and fluff in select areas if you're doing cardio 5 to 6 days a week, because that's exactly what I was doing in the beginning. And then once I got into weightlifting, I learned you can grow muscle and lose weight if you find a good balance between the two. Even after I started lifting and gaining in certain areas, I still did not fit the unrealistic picture I formed of myself in the beginning of this journey. Moral of the story is, when you are getting into fitness, having realistic goals on what you want is so important, because you don't want to work for certain results that you're not going to be pleased with or even have. It's important to have realistic goals physically and mentally. I've hit multiple plateaus when losing weight. It's normal. You can't rush the process. And besides, anything rushed isn't worth having. So slow down, enjoy the process, and watch how your body transforms throughout. Tip number 3, do not overthink the process. A lot of times you may hear that cutting out carbs completely can speed up the process of losing weight, or not eating past a certain time can speed up weight loss. If fad diets are not your twist, I just want you to know that it is not required to use them. You can lose weight on your own. An acceptable range when it comes to macros, which is going to be your fat, your proteins, and your carbs, it's about 45 to 60% of your daily calories from carbs like rice and pasta, 20 to 35% from fats from either fish, seeds, nuts, and 10 to 35% of protein like chicken or beef. If you're trying to lose weight, adjust the ratio a bit and continue to eat fresh fruits and vegetables. Another way you can stay on track is by using calorie tracking apps such as MyFitnessPal, which is free. I always suggest MyFitnessPal to clients because it helped me to stay on track when it came to determining my weak points and the bad habits that I was forming when it came to me losing weight. And that alone had helped me to boost my weight loss dramatically. Using an app for ease is great, but if you're old school and love tracking your eating and fitness activity in a journal, I do sell a fitness and nutrition tracker that helps you track for the next 90 days, and it encourages healthy habit forming to keep you on your fitness journey while optimizing it along the way. It also gives you the option to track a day as a rest day, so you can make sure you're giving yourself adequate rest, because in the midst of this journey, and this is a bonus tip, it is very important to rest. You don't want to miss your rest days. If you would like to purchase the journal, the link will be in the description below. When losing weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit, which is usually 300 to 500 less calories than you would consume if you were eating at your maintenance level. As you progress in your journey, if you choose to weight train and want to grow muscle mass, you will find what works best for you ratio-wise. You do have to eat at a caloric surplus to gain muscle. Surplus meaning increasing the calories by 300 to 500 calories. Hydration is a must. You'll be surprised at how many people are actually dehydrated and don't realize it. Water makes up about 50 to 70% of your body weight and is essential for survival. Signs of dehydration include feeling thirsty and lightheaded, dry mouth, tiredness, having dark color, and strong smelling urine. When you start drinking more water, it will help increase calorie burning, assist with digestion, as well as removing the waste from your body. You can either drink water or eat foods that have high water content like cucumbers, watermelons, apples, yogurts, to name a few things. There's a few different determining factors when it comes to how much water you should drink. For example, it is said that you should drink around 1/2 to 1 ounce of water for each pound that you weigh. So definitely keep in mind, if any of these symptoms come up and if these sound like any type of symptoms you've been having recently, you might be dehydrated. And lastly, this is very important. Please, 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 please do not compare your progress to someone else's progress. I can't tell you how many times I have witnessed someone trying out a new workout or exercise and getting upset when their progress doesn't match someone else's after some time. Everybody's bodies are built differently from the construction of our DNA and genetics. Depending on your body shape and type, it will determine your body's recomposition as you work out. By comparing your progress to someone else's, you're doing a disservice to yourself by putting the idea in your head that you're not doing enough to reach the goals that others are reaching while doing the same exercises as you. You don't know how much they're eating, how much they're drinking, how active they are. This is why I encourage clients and just anybody interested in losing weight to track their progress when it comes to food and activity, to pinpoint different patterns or habits that they may have that's stopping them from reaching their goals. By doing this, you are not only tracking your progress and putting it right there in the front of your face, but you're learning about your body, about what works for you and what doesn't work for you. By learning more about your body, you're helping yourself get to where you need to be, because this is your journey. So instead of tracking someone else's plate and how long they work out on a daily basis, worry about perfecting your formula so you can reach your goals faster. Just had to get it off my chest. I'm stepping off my soapbox now. Those are my top 5 tips. I hope these were helpful for y'all who are looking to start a fitness journey, or if you've been on the journey for a while. It's best to remember it is never a straightforward path. You will have days when you don't feel like working out, and that's okay. We'll also have days where you want to eat whatever you want and screw tracking, and that is okay. If you like content relating to fitness, nutrition, and personal wellness, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Also, I have an Amazon storefront that lists all the items I currently use when exercising at home and at the gym. I also have self-help notebooks available for purchase for mental health, wellness, fitness, and nutrition, and even a weekly planner for upcoming Black women business owners looking to follow their dreams in 2023. Later in the month, I do plan to bring back personal one-on-one virtual training and fitness guides to purchase, so more details will be coming for that. Have a beautiful day, and I will talk to y'all later.